Welcome to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand.
A massive thank you and shout out to our sponsors for this video, Who Knows Wins. One of the best things about Who Knows Wins is that unlike traditional accumulators, you do not have to get every single prediction right to win. The more predictions of scores you get right, the better, the higher up the standings you go. If you come in first place, you're taking home a whopping 70% of the pot. Second place gets 20%, and even if you come third, you're still taking home 10% of the pot. The bigger the pot, the more players are. It makes sense. Play for real money, but most importantly, bragging rights between you and your friends. Who knows the most? Who Knows Wins. Remember, of course, you have to be 18 years or older to play Who Knows Wins. And don't forget, gamble responsibly. Use the link in the description now, whack in our unique pin, and join this week's league on Who Knows Wins. Join the Kop TV League, and we'll see you there. Take care. Yes, good afternoon, good morning, isn't it? I've had such a busy morning already. I think it is the afternoon, but no, it is the morning and it is the Kop TV. Welcome back. A lot to talk about in this show, loads of news to get through. So make sure that you're commenting with all your thoughts and reaction to all the news that's going on today as we look ahead to the Shrewsbury FA Cup game at Anfield on Sunday, which does go ahead. We're also going to be speaking about who's going to be managing that game with Klopp and Linders both being out. And of course, reacting to the news that one, apparently we're not in for Luis Diaz anymore, and two, Philippe Coutinho, the former Liverpool hero, has signed on loan for Aston Villa to play under his former teammate Stevie Gerrard. How do you react to that? Let me know in the comments right now. Before we get into everything that we have to get into today, a huge shout out to Who Knows Wins. Because no one beat me last week, this competition right here is still up for grabs, people. The details are in the description for you to be able to get involved in this one. It's a fantastic competition. All you do, sign up using the link in the description, beat my FA Cup picks, and then if you do that, you can win two, not one, two Liverpool match tickets. There's also £100 playing credit at stake, as well as Apple AirPods and Kop TV merch, which, trust me, is coming out sooner than you think. So if you want to get involved in that and try and win it, enter Who Knows Wins using the link in the description. Enter £5, get involved with the pick. There's £5,000 up for grabs, people. I can't give you a better competition than that. So do get involved and try to see if you can beat me. Right then. A lot has happened since we did that AFTV Superfan debate. Let me know again in the comments if you guys have watched that. James, myself, and Doyle were in London on Tuesday, and we filmed a video kind of predicting who would win the first and second leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final, which obviously has now been postponed. But since that, the transfer window is open. There's been rumours coming in and out. And of course, this big news today that Philippe Coutinho has signed for Aston Villa on loan. One that I definitely did not see coming. I can't lie to you. I did not think, after playing, with all due respect to Aston Villa, after playing for Liverpool, Inter Milan, Barcelona, and Bayern Munich, admittedly, the last two weren't where he had his best spells. But it's hard to imagine how you can go from Barcelona to Aston Villa, with all due respect. But the big reason that that's happened is, of course, Stevie G, who played with Philippe Coutinho from the years 2013 to 2015. Obviously, Gerrard was still at the club in the under-18s role until 2018. So you can imagine in those 2013 to 2018 years that Philippe Coutinho and Stevie G built up a nice little relationship. And, you know, the world has turned round again. And all of a sudden, you go 360 and Stevie G ends up to be a manager. Who would have thought it? Who would have thought it? It did seem that in Steven Gerrard's press conference the other day, he had a bit of a smile, a bit of a maybe something that he knew that the rest of us didn't know. He was very optimistic about stealing Coutinho from Barcelona on loan. Because as you know, there was 6 clubs interested in Philippe Coutinho. So realistically, there would have been bigger clubs in that conversation than Aston Villa. But somehow, some way, he's chosen to go with his former teammate. I think Liverpool fans have a weird relationship with Coutinho. Me personally, I think he did force his way out of the club. He said he was injured, and all of a sudden he's rocking up for international duty. He's forcing the move to Barcelona. And let's not forget, In the first half of that 17-18 season, I think Coutinho had already scored about 12 goals. He was on fire. I mean, yes, he's had incredible bursts in the 13-14 season, 14-15, 16-17, some excellent moments in all of those. But 17-18, at the start of it, especially when you had Coutinho, Salah, Mane, and Firmino, that four, I can't believe we even had those four players on the pitch at the same time for a good 6 months in 2017 and 2018. And he was on fire then, easily the peak of his powers so far. He's 29 now, so of course you'd have to say that there's time for him to get back to those levels. But it's just it's a shocker. It's a shocker to see Coutinho. I wonder what the shirt number is going to be as well. 10 taken up by Buendia. I think John McGinn has got number 7. I think Danny Ings has got number 20. Ollie Watkins got number 11. Is it a number 14 situation? Who knows? But yeah, interesting. Really interesting to see how the Liverpool fans especially have reacted to this news, because as we know, it hasn't gone well for Coutinho at Barcelona, at Bayern. So badly, in fact, that he signed for Barca, got released on loan to Bayern, came on against Barca in the Champions League for Bayern, scored against his parent club, and then won the Champions League with Bayern, and did that basically to his former club at Barcelona, which he went back to. Hasn't been able to get a game so far this season because the likes of Gavi, Pedri, all coming through in his position. Frankie de Jong. Frankie de Jong, not Luke de Jong. Got them confused one time. But it's unbelievable to think after all of that, he's ended up back in the Premier League and not at Liverpool, because since he's been playing under this cloud, I would say, of inconsistency, there have been rumours. Would you take Coutinho back? I've spoken about it many times. I probably wouldn't have taken him back due to those reasons that I mentioned. I don't think we can be walked over like that again and take someone back who was so disrespectful to us in the end. However, when you see him go to Aston Villa, you do stand there and go, well, maybe we should have gone in for him. If Villa could have got him, I'm sure Liverpool could have had him as well. There's rumours that Barcelona still owe us money from the Philippe Coutinho deal, which of course happened in January 2018. Easily the biggest and best piece of business that Liverpool have ever done in terms of getting so much money in for a player. Yes, he was at the peak of his powers, but no one, I don't think any of us could have thought that we'd sell him for 140 million, which of course allows us to go into the market, buy Van Dijk, buy Alisson, then we win the league and Champions League. So it was the best bit of business in Liverpool's history. There's no doubt about that. But when you do see him back, it is a shocker, and you think maybe we could have got him again. Let me know in the comments. I'm going to read some of them out now. If you want your comment to definitely be read out, don't forget, of course, you can send in a little super chat as well, and it will support the channel. Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I've got a lot of goals for this year in terms of this channel. One of them is to start the YouTube memberships in the tiers. So that will be, I think, £3, £7, and £10, where you can contribute and support the channel. But of course, you get a lot back in return. You'll be getting extra videos, exclusive bits of content, interviews, behind the scenes stuff for that price. So that's something I want to start. I want to get us to 40 to 50,000 subscribers by this time next year, guys. And I know we can do it. We started off 2021 with, I think, 3,000, and now we're on 16,000, just short of it in under that time. So I guess we can exponentially grow again like that. So I'm looking for 40, 50. Again, I'm being hella open with you, because I appreciate your viewership and I want you to help me to achieve these goals. So we're going to have the YouTube membership running in the next month. I want 40 to 50,000 subs by the end of the year. And I also want us to start the shop. And on there, you're going to have amazing designs designed by Ruby. She's already given me 2, which are going to be on the shop, which you can buy in a t-shirt format, hoodies, sweatshirts, mugs. So guys, trust me, that Kop TV merch. And when you see what it is as well, what she's designed, unbelievable. You're going to want to get involved. So all these things I want to happen. Obviously, we want more brand deals. Big up to Who Knows Wins for sponsoring this. But I'm being open and honest with you guys. Right, let's get into the reaction to Philippe Coutinho joining Aston Villa. LFC for life, hashtag FSG out, United in the mud. Says, good signing for Villa, in my opinion, with Trent as his picture. 6 times you never walk alone agrees with me that it is a bit of a shocker to see this one happen in the end. Jamie Eason offering me a little hello to you, fella. How are we? Howdy. Big up to everyone getting involved. Big up to T-Boy, who says he'll be doing Who Knows Wins again. Again, try and beat me and win all those prizes. Paul Soccer reckons Coutinho was going to Arsenal, but all of a sudden he is now at Aston Villa. Nice videos with AFTV. Thank you. Gutted for you lot that you travelled all that way for the games to get called off. Yeah, but we'll be back there again. So, no, I'm joking. We will be back there again. The shouts that Origi's leaving. I mean, I can't believe that. I'm about to get into that as well. Trust me, I'm not going to hold back. But I just want to finish up the Coutinho stuff before. You guys need to redo it with AFTV. 100%, bro. You're right. There will be more AFTV previews coming up. LFC again says he's seen it after Gerrard's press conference. You saw that little smile that Gerrard kind of gave away in that press conference. So in my mind, the deal was already done at that point. If Gerrard's in the press conference smiling, giving not much away, keeping it cool, you know that deal's been done already. We was not in for him, thank God, says Paul Soccer. Well, this is the thing. You say thank God, but I reckon a lot of us in the comments would have had Coutinho back. Please let me know. Christopher Edwards says it was his dream move, to be fair. Yeah, listen, Coutinho, when he's growing up in Sao Paulo in Brazil, he had pictures of Dion Dublin on his wall. Yeah, a big Aston Villa fan. Coutinho went for Gerrard. He's done it in this league again. He will start over Buendia. Stefanos is happy for Coutinho. Are you happy? Jamie, big up to you, mate. He says Coutinho was a helmet for leaving, but would have taken him back on loan. I reckon Stevie will get plenty of goals and assists out of him. Again, let us know in the comments, is Coutinho a helmet? Well, we ain't getting much for them three, so what quality player can we even buy with that money? Couldn't care less about Coutinho. But Christopher says it would have been good to see him link up with Firmino again. That's what I mean. Firmino, Salah, Mane, and Coutinho all in the same team. Unbelievable. But it's not 2018 anymore. He's not good enough for Liverpool anymore, says Matash. Big up to you. LFC for life says he wouldn't want him back here. Keep growing, bro. You're doing a good job. Thank you very much. Good luck to Coutinho, says Danny. Does Ruby know Trent? Yes, she does. Extremely well. Again, I don't like to speak on that relationship because that's for her to speak about. But yeah, very close. And yeah, hopefully that means that we can get Trent on the channel, guys. I'll definitely be getting the Kop TV merch. Big up to you. Benico, love that name. Says, no hard feelings towards Coutinho. I think Villa's a good move for him. Hope he does well, to be honest. Be interesting to see if Stevie can, revive the career of Philippe Coutinho. It's a good move, says Captain Sal. Greetings from Madeira, Portugal. Fala Português. Hola. Gerrard was the reason he went to Villa. Keep up the good work, bro. Ruby knows Trent. She interviewed him. Correct. I think Klopp has also done with him. There you go. I don't think Klopp would have taken him back after the way he treated him. I agree. Morning, Alex. Great move for him. Dream move to Barcelona, of course. We should have got Trippier as cover for Trent. Liverpool may be playing a blinder here, says Jamie. See how he fares in the Prem and then swoop in the summer after the loan is finished. Who knows? Right. I've spoken enough about Philippe Coutinho and a team that isn't Liverpool. Let's speak about Liverpool now. And let's speak about Luis Diaz, because all of a sudden, 2 days ago, the internet almost broke under the pressure and the rumours circling in the footballing world that Porto striker Luis Diaz was on his way to Liverpool for. It was reported that Liverpool were going to offer 60 million. The club wanted around 80 million. But then after that, after the day kind of finished, Fabrizio Romano came out and said, no, there has been no contact for Diaz. There's been no fee, no offer made from Liverpool. So how much of that can we believe? Do we want Luis Diaz is the two questions that we have to ask ourselves. Are we in for him and do we want him? Can we afford him? Is that our priority instead of giving a new contract to Mo Salah, which again, Fabrizio Romano said in his tweet, he said the priority for Liverpool now is to re-sign Mo Salah on a contract. It's not to bring in someone else. I mean, listen, if you're asking me, who would I want at Liverpool? I think obviously we want another midfielder, but at the same time, we want a player who can play across the front three. And Luis Diaz does that. If anything, he's more of the Sadio Mane side. He comes in from the left to the right. We all saw that goal he scored in the Champions League recently. Unbelievable prospect. I think the Portuguese league can maybe flatter some players. If you look at João Felix, he struggled massively at Atletico Madrid after a really productive spell at his home club in Benfica. So does the Portuguese flatter players? Does it inflate their prices if you have a good season? I know that he has a great eye for goal, but will that translate into the Premier League? We've seen how well Klopp works with players who can play across the front three. You look at Diogo Jota, even Mane and Salah, when they first came in, you would think of them as wingers. Now all three of them can easily play in that number 9 position. So Diaz, I know he's a number 7 technically on the back of his shirt, but maybe you would consider him to be a bit more of a number 10 who likes to come inside from starting out wide. Again, Firmino was like this at Hoffenheim. So listen, Diaz is a baller. There's no question about it. But in my head, I'm thinking, hang on, we're about to bid 60 million for him, but we haven't signed Mo Salah to a new contract yet. That for me would be a priority. But then again, I'm not one of these people, guys, and you know this from watching. I'm not one of these people that is going to be content and happy with us only making Mo Salah, as big as it is, with us only prioritizing that. I think we have to prioritize some players to bring in now. We have to. If it means that we choose one or the other, I mean, our hands are tied. We choose the Salah deal all day long, I'm assuming. However, how long can we not buy someone for? Obviously, we did buy Konate, which will be an incredible signing as time goes on. But we have signed 9 players in the last 3 or 4 transfer windows, and 5 of them have been for free. The money that we've put down for players, likes of, obviously, we bought Tsimikas, we've bought Konate, we brought in Keita in 2018. I think it still accounts for that. But since that, what else have we done? Yes, we've spent all that money on Van Dijk and Alisson. That was 4 years ago now. So some big spending needs to happen. FSG need to spend. You saw the title of the last video that James and I did. It was, what was it? It was FSG are wasting Klopp's prime years. Again, I hate to even say that, but the fact that FSG are out there buying a new club, a sports team in America, makes me think that we're not in their priority. They've bought the club for what? 300 million back in 2011. Now it's worth about 3 billion. So they've made a tenfold return on investment from their initial outlay 10 years ago. Is that good enough for them? Do they see that as, well, that's a success financially? But the fans are saying, yes, it has been partly successful, but we need more trophies for this team that we have and this manager that we have. And we cannot go much longer without not buying someone. And the other thing that grinds my gears is we're talking about and hearing reports of Liverpool allowing Nico Williams, allowing Nat Phillips, allowing Divock Origi to leave. But who are we going to replace them with? How many times are we going to go through the same thing where we don't buy someone, but we sell players that we need? Look at Gini Wijnaldum. We didn't replace him. We could have desperately done with him in the midfield this year. He's having a shocker, really, for PSG, bless him. And then Nico Williams, a fantastic player that you start ahead of Trent in these FA Cup and League Cup games, and Champions League he can play in as well now. Look at Nat Phillips. You know I'm a huge fan of Nat Phillips. There's no way I want him to leave for less than 15 or 20 mil at least. But maybe in the summer, not now. And Divock Origi, there's no way I would be happy at all. And again, let me know if you guys agree in the comments. There's no way I would be happy whatsoever if we sell any players in this window. I don't want us to sell anyone, loan, permanent. It can't happen. We're too thin on the ground for this to be a thought. It can't happen, guys. So again, let me know in the comments if you agree with me. FSG have got a lot of questions to answer. Trent in the Kop TV sounds good. Keep up the great work, says El Tayab. Diab, thank you very much for the super chat, mate. Very, very appreciated. A lot more comments coming in. Stefano saying, are we getting this Donny from Porto? Again, it would be nice if we got him in January, but that means that Porto would then have to react in the window and scramble to buy someone and replace their star man. I can't see it happening in January. It's not very Liverpool to do that, as I have a little drink. Big up Vimto every time. So I do see this as more of a summer move. Let me know in the comments if you agree. I think if we go for Diaz, we get him in the summer. I don't think Porto are going to play ball in January, considering the short time that they would have to replace him. I just can't see it happening. So if it's Diaz, if it's Rafinha, if it's Jared Bowen, who would you prefer? Because obviously we need one, if not two players in those positions, I would say. Don't forget Harvey Elliott coming back, who will be playing in the midfield. So that brings us a kind of young, exciting player back that will be like a new signing, a very cliche football term. How is the Liverpool Shrewsbury game going ahead, but the Arsenal Liverpool game couldn't go out ahead? Do you know what? Don Robbie called me yesterday. He goes, Alex, if I see that this Shrewsbury game goes ahead, I'm going to come up there and I'll tell you, I will not be happy. And I was going, Robbie, it's going ahead, mate. Which begs the question for Arsenal fans, could we have played in the week? Again, it wasn't our decision. We've submitted a postponement request. They've accepted it. They didn't have to accept it. But obviously things were bad earlier on in the week and towards the end of last week, I guess, with Klopp being out as well. But this game on Sunday will be going ahead. And guys, I will be in the Nike box on Sunday watching this game. So behind the scenes content from the Nike box. I think there might be some influencers in there, some celebrities. So I'll see what I can do for you guys. And then, of course, without question, we will have the fan cams as well on Sunday after the Shrewsbury game. And then we'll have hot topics again on Monday for you. And then next week is a mad week of content. We've got AFTV collabs because they're coming up here on Thursday. Doyle and myself are also in London on Wednesday doing a job for Lad Bible and Barclaycard. So watch out for that soon. I'm also in Manchester on Tuesday for a job with TalkSport. So a hugely busy week, loads of content, guys, loads of content. So make sure you're sticking around. Of course, we will be doing these again. I would take Diaz, but in the summer. I mean, listen, if you offered me him now for 60 mil in January, I'd take that. But I just don't see Porto playing ball. I can't see it. He'd be a class tight signing, but FSG too tight to spend. How depressing is that, by the way? How depressing is it knowing that our owners are too tight to pay? I don't trust the owners to sign this guy. Do you know what, Stefanos? The guy in your picture there, Jude Bellingham, I would say that's our priority. We need someone in there who's going to lead that midfield for the next 10 years. Hendo, Milner, both getting old. So I would go Jude Bellingham and someone like a Diaz, if not a Rafinha. If we could only sign two, if I said, right, here's two for you, what do you want? I would say Rafinha. And I would say Bellingham, personally, just because I've seen Rafinha score Premier League goals. Again, let me know in the comments if you agree. I'm standing clear and I'm standing firm on my stance that we cannot sell anyone on loan or permanently in this transfer window without buying someone to replace them. I can't believe that's even up for debate. And Nat Phillips especially, 15 at least for him. Divock Origi, 25 million at least. Nico Williams, I want 15 at least. So if players want to leave to get more game time and clubs want to pay it, then you pay that money and you can get the player. But not in January. Not in January. We're on our ass. We are on our ass, mate. Diaz is a baller, says Stephen C. He needs to beef himself up a bit. This is the thing, right? I saw Luis Diaz play at Anfield, last month when Thiago scored that incredible goal. Maybe it was November. And I can't lie, I barely noticed him on the pitch. If anything, I think he missed a big chance at the Kop end. Now, I'm not saying that determines whether he's going to be a good Premier League player or not if he does sign. But in those two legs, or in those two group games, against Porto, again, let me know if I'm wrong, guys. I might be. But in my opinion, he did nothing in those two legs to make us want to sign him. However, it is confirmed that LFC scouts have been in Porto 5 times. You don't go once, you don't go twice, you don't go 3, 4, and 5 times unless you're seriously interested in this player. But again, I have to believe Klopp. His recruitment has been second to none, I would say, in his tenure at Liverpool. Look at the players that he's made into superstars. However, I would say that he does need to beef up. And I would say that I haven't seen much special things from him when he's played Liverpool. And again, the Portuguese league, I can't really trust it, to be honest. It inflates the player a bit. 60 million for a future flop, says Darren Mulholland. There you go. That's an interesting opinion. Diaz will be a summer signing, most likely not in January. There you go. Can only hope that FSG do the business, says Matash. Of course, we all do. Rafinha used to play in the Portuguese league. Yes, he did. I can see another January where FSG don't sign anyone. They need to wake up. Forget Diaz. Liverpool won't be paying anyone 60 mil. Well, there you go. This is the thing. When was the last time we spent that much money? It was a good. I mean, we bought Canate for 30 odd, 40 odd mil. But in terms of the 50s and 60s, I think we've done it twice ever. And that was probably really tough to get out of the owners. But then you look at this opinion here from Matash, who says maybe the owners have been saving money for this window coming up. Unlikely, but again, who knows? They can come out and surprise us sometimes. Ravi is a mod. Yes, he is. I can make you a mod, T-boy, as well, if I work out how to do that again. FSG just need to sell up and go. Simple. Right, let's stop talking about transfers because there will be more dedicated transfer shows next week for you. We've all seen how these stories come around and then obviously they go away as well. Only children drink fizzy drinks, drink coffee or water. 1, this isn't a fizzy drink. 2, I've already had a 2-litre bottle of water today and I don't drink coffee. I don't like caffeine, Michael. So how about that one for you, mate? FSG out, sick of them. We should get Diaz. We're playing the kids against Shrewsbury. There you go. Right, so let's talk about the Shrewsbury game. And interestingly enough, there is still no Klopp and there is still no Pep Linders. So our representative, if you like, who will be on the sidelines for us on Sunday when we play Shrewsbury in the FA Cup again, by the way, will be, I can't remember his name. Let's get it up. He's got a very interesting name, a very good name. I think it was on Anfield Goals where I saw this news. So let me just get that back up. Anfield Watch. And there we go. Peter Krawaitz. And you guys all know this guy. You would have seen him on the touchlines for the last few years. This guy right here is taking over manager duties and apparently press conference duties today at 1 o'clock. Isolation means that Jurgen Klopp could be back, though, on the touchline, which FA rules dictate must go ahead now, even if Liverpool have to play a combination of senior players and academy youngsters. So this game is definitely going ahead. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. I think that's a good thing. I'd like us to get into the next round of the Cup. And hopefully we can proceed. There's also a quote just there from Maurizio Sarri. Frankly, tell us if COVID is not that dangerous, then stop football and confine us. If not, demote it to the rank of simple flu. Very interesting. But Aston Villa have now announced that Coutinho is with them at their training ground. He has signed. I mean, guys, it's going to be so difficult for me really to predict the lineup for this game. You can imagine Kelleher will be in goal. There were shouts that Loris Karius was the only fit and available goalkeeper, which we all would hate to see, with all due respect to Loris. So this game is going to be an absolute mix and a match of all the players that we can field who are ready and fit and available. I would like to see as many senior players in that team as possible. However, I think with the mix, we could still and should still put Shrewsbury to the sword and come out victorious in this one. Let's not forget, very, very early on, again, if you scroll right down to the bottom of the Kop TV videos, in January 2020, 2 years ago, we played Shrewsbury away in the FA Cup. It was maybe the third game of the Kop TV. We were 2-0 up. I think Curtis Jones scored. I think, who else scored in that game for us? Curtis Jones and, that's an interesting one. Can anyone tell me who scored the other goal? It wasn't Lovren, was it? I'm struggling here, guys. Let me know in the comments. It was January 2020. Curtis Jones scored, and then we scored again. I think it was, I don't know. Who was it? Was it Keita? It might have been Keita. I might have to look this up. Guys, if you know, get in the comments right now and prove to me that you know more than me. But anyway, we went 2-0 up in that game and we threw it away. It was 2-2, and it meant that there was a replay at Anfield, which we only scraped 1-0, and that was an own goal, I believe. I think it was an own goal. Greg says Lovren. Again, I thought it was Lovren, but it could have been an own goal. They made it 2-2. Yeah, there you go. So a guy with blonde hair, I remember, scored 2 goals for them and drew the tie. And no one really wanted to speak to me after, to be honest, because everyone wanted to get back to Liverpool. But it'll be different this time. Hopefully we can put them to the sword. It was a Donald Love own goal. Thank you, Darmesh. Very, very good from you. Very impressed, mate, by your knowledge. We never do good business. We are lacking in most of the positions on the field. Right, we'll get into that again. But this game in particular, you can imagine that Shrewsbury, hopefully for them, they'll bring their strongest 11. They will probably be buoyed by the fact that in 2 games that we played against them in 2020 in this competition, the aggregate score was 3-2, and 2 of those were Shrewsbury own goals. So if anything, Shrewsbury are going to come into this one with a bit of experience. They've played here recently. So if anything, Shrewsbury are going to come into this one probably with the older average age in their team, which could work for them. It could work against them, depending on how up for it Liverpool are with their youngsters. But I see this being a tight game. I can't say this is going to be a 3 or a 4-0. Hopefully it is. But I do think it will be a lot tighter than that, considering how many injuries we have. And of course, keeping one eye on the first leg at Anfield next week against Arsenal, and then we've got Crystal Palace, and then we play Arsenal again away. So there will be a few eyes on that, but you can imagine the likes of Milner probably play this one. Curtis Jones, I'd love to see play. Maybe Owen Beck, maybe Connor Bradley, maybe the likes of Tyler Morton and Leighton Clarkson. Hopefully, we've got some attacking options as well. I mean, hopefully Firmino's back. As you've seen today already, guys, a training centre at Kirby, the AXA Centre, is now open again. So from what I'm hearing as well, Bobby Firmino will train today, and the guys that missed out in that Arsenal camp will all train today. So yeah, I just can't believe that we're having all these games at this time. Is it our fault? Who knows? But ultimately, we are playing Shrewsbury on Sunday, and I will be at that game. As I mentioned, I'll be in the Nike box watching that one, so make sure you're watching. But yeah, I'm predicting a slight win. I'm going to go for 2-1. And I'd be happy with that, considering the players that we do have out. So there you go, guys. We've spoken about Philippe Coutinho coming back to the Premier League, Aston Villa. Big shock for Liverpool fans, this one. No one saw it coming. If you missed that, rewind this and go back to the start. Of course, after that, we did speak about Liverpool's comings and goings in the transfer market, or lack of, again. Luis Diaz, not going to happen in January. Maybe it might happen in the summer due to the fact that, of course, we we don't really buy people in January. I'm not looking to sell anyone, to be honest. Big up to Alex Jones, obviously a Shrewsbury fan. Says they're going to batter us with a Dan Udo hat-trick. There you go. Stefanos is going for 3-0. Alex reckons 4-1 away win for Shrewsbury. Big up to you, though, mate. Big up for the Shrewsbury fans. I was there in Shrewsbury last year. Nice place. Where is James Redmond? I haven't seen him on any shows recently. Well, that's a lie, because I was in London with him on Tuesday and we were all on AFTV, and on Monday he was on Hot Topics. So there's a lot of James Redmond content. He is coming back very soon. Please hit the like. Do I think Salah contract will be done this month? They have to have it done this month. There can't be any more stalling. It has to be finished this month. You have to give us that in January. That should be the priority, even though I still want us to buy players. 2-0 the Red, says Ash Tobin. And then, of course, at the end there, we have spoken about the Shrewsbury game on Sunday. Stevie will be bringing in Suarez next, says John. Right, guys, big up again. Massive thank you to Who Knows Wins for sponsoring this video. See if you can beat me. Use the link in the description to sign up. Stick a $5 in the pot. It's £5,000 up for grabs, guys, that you could win. And of course, if you beat my predictions, my 10 predictions for this weekend's FA Cup specials, then you can win anything out of these. Depending on if you're first, second, or third, you can win the 2 Liverpool match tickets, £100 playing credit for Who Knows Wins, and of course, that Apple AirPod prize with the Kop TV merch, which again is coming soon, guys. So big up to you guys for tuning in. Is it FA Cup games then on Who Knows Wins? Yes, it is, my friend. Big up to you, T-Boy. And Scouser on the Wirral says Stuart Downing and Ricky Lambert coming out of retirement for Villa. Who knows what can happen next? Who knows wins? How about that? No, listen, guys, thank you so much for rocking with us. We always get really good numbers when we do these live watch-alongs and streams now. So big up to you guys. And yeah, I think I've covered everything. If I haven't, please let me know. But all the information should be in this video now. So guys, have a great weekend. I'm off to do a meeting and just live life, basically. So guys, have a great weekend. I'll see you on Sunday outside Anfield for the big one against Shrewsbury. And then, of course, it's Arsenal next week. And you can expect more fan cams with the AFTV guys next week as well. It's going to be unbelievable. Until then, much love. Thank you. Enjoy your weekend. I love you. Big up Liverpool, and I'll see you soon. Big up. Whoa. Just before you go.
Don't forget, give us a like, drop us a comment and subscribe to the Kop TV.